Good morning, good morning, good morning. So this is day 2 of our arithmetic sequences and means, and we are using the real world scenarios. Today we're going to be looking for partial sums, which means we're going to use one of two equations. So we are either going to use that the sum of n is equal to n to the, this is going to be a1 plus a to the n over 2. This is when you have the first and the last term amount in your setting, or you can use this equation, and they're the same thing, except for this one uses the first and the last amounts. This one uses the first and the common difference. So we're going to be using one of these two equations to solve each of these scenarios. So let's look at the first one. In the NFL, players' contracts are confidential, but that does not mean we do not hear rumors about bonuses players earn. For example, there was a rumor for each touchdown over 30 during a season. Peyton Manning earned $100,000 for hitting the goal of 30, and then an additional $10,000 for each additional touchdown. So, in the year 2000, this amount was easily calculated because he got paid for the first amount of $100,000 when he hit the 30-yard mark, or the 30 touchdown mark. Then, when he does 31, he gets, this is for the 30 touchdown. Then he gets paid a second amount of $110,000. Then he gets paid for the 32nd. He gets a third amount paid of $120,000. And then for his 33rd touchdown, he gets a fourth amount paid of $130,000. So we could easily just calculate that by adding those all together to find out how much he earned. So what I want you to notice is that normally we would just simply take 33 and minus 30 from it. So we would have 3. But he didn't get paid 3 times. He got paid how many times? He got paid a total of 4 times. So we need to keep in mind the first time he gets paid is when he hits that 30 mark. So we can't subtract 30, or if we do, we have to add 1 more at the end. Okay, just kind of keep that in mind. So we know how much he gets paid on the first amount. We know that the A sub 1 is $100,000. He gets paid $100,000 when he hits 30 touchdowns. We also know that he gets an additional $10,000. That's the common difference. Now my question is, how many paychecks is he going to get? So what is the N in this scenario? Well, remember I said you can't take 33 and minus 30, because that should be 4. So in 2004, when he got 49, we can't take 49 and subtract 30 to get 19, because he actually gets paid 1 more. So the N is 20. So which one of these two equations are we going to use? Are we going to use the general, or are we going to use the alternate? I think that the alternate looks better because we have the common difference. So we simply plug the numbers in and use the calculator. So we're going to use the sum is equal to, the n is 20, so 20 divided by 2 is 2 times the first amount, which is 100,000, plus n minus 1. Well, n is 20, so 20 minus 1 is 19 times 10,000. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, when you put this into Desmos, you need to make sure that you put a multiplication sign in here, and you need to make sure you put a multiplication sign in here. Also, do not put in commas. So let's go to Desmos. So this is 20, and we have 2 times 100,000 plus 20 minus 1 times 10,000. And so how much is he going to earn? He is going to earn $3.9 million as a bonus. Or 3,900,000. Easy enough, right? Let's look at the second one. The football stadium has 35 rows of seats. There are 20 seats in the first row, 21 in the second, 22 in the third. How many seats do all 35 rows contain? Okay, so the first row is our A sub 1, which means there's 20 rows. Our difference is a plus 1. And our total, our n, is 35. Do I know how many seats are in the last row? I do not. So I cannot use the first one, but I can use this one. So I'm going to use the formula. Please always write the formula you're using first. Then plug your numbers in. So we have 35 divided by 2, 2 times 20 plus 35 minus 1 is 34 times 1. So it's 35 divided by 2 times 2 times 20. 35 minus 1 times 1. There are 1,295 seats. Okay, Number 3. In a golf tournament, the 16 golfers with the lowest scores win cash prizes. First place receives $1,000. Second place receives $950. Okay, so we know that we're going to pay 16 places. We know that the first place gets $1,000. And we know that the common difference is $50. What is the total? Total tells us we're going to find the partial sum. So we are going to use we plug our numbers in. 16 divided by 2. 2 times our A of 1, which is 1,000. 16 minus 1. And our common difference, oh wait, it's not 50. It's a negative 50. Because it goes down $50. Okay, so we had 16 places. Top one gets $1,000. There's 16 numbers, and each one gets $50 less. So the total amount is $10,000. Okay, a small business owner sells $10,000 worth of skin products during the first year. First year, $10,000. The owner of the business has a goal of increasing annual sales by $7,500 each year. For 9 years. Assuming that this goal is met, find the total sales during the first 10 years of this business's operation. So we're going to use the same formula. It's 10,000 plus 9 minus 1 times 7,500. Nine divided by 2. That's the only number I didn't replace. Now let's look at the calculator. So 9 divided by 2. 2 times 10,000. It is 9 years. Wait a second. It's 9 more years. And so it's a total of 10 years. So this is going to be in the 10th year. This is going to be in the 10th year. And this is going to be in the 10th year because year 1 they earned $10,000. That's it. All right, so now you need to take the quiz. They will be okay.